Hello and welcome back to Newsroom Nigeria. This is where we give you hot, fresh, and sizzling news all day long. If this is your first time here, you have not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Also, like this video. Lastly, please leave your opinions in the comments section below as well. Without further ado, let's delve right into the details of today's news. Amid Jamb's Utme 2025, Peter Obi said Nigerian authorities cannot claim to value citizens while risking the lives of teenagers every examination season. Obi urged the country's leaders to aggressively and intentionally expand Nigeria's educational system and strive to match the nation's population with access to education. The Labour Party chieftain stated that Nigerians' youth should not be endangered because they desire education. Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 election on Sunday, April 27, criticized the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, Jamb. Obi said the agency allegedly set the Unified Tertiary Matriculation Exam 2025 for teenagers as early as 6 a.m. while transporting them across far-flung locations. According to the presidential hopeful, this alleged act is reckless. The former Anambra State governor shared his thoughts in a post on his verified X, formerly known as Twitter handle. He wrote, and I quote, "I came across multiple reports of students being asked to attend a public examination by 6:30 a.m. Teenagers, mostly around 15 to 17 years old, forced to travel in the dark, even in the face of insecurity, across dangerous and unfamiliar locations because they want to get the basic rights of education and sit for JAMB examinations. Setting exams for vulnerable teenagers as early as 6 a.m. while transporting them across far-flung locations is reckless." The Labour Party chieftain said already reports are emerging of students getting into accidents, losing their young lives, some going missing, and many more being subjected to unnecessary trauma. He asked rhetorically, who takes responsibility when a 15 or 16-year-old child disappears or is harmed while trying to access their right to education? This situation sadly exposes a deeper systematic failure. Nigeria simply does not have enough universities and exam centers to cater for its youth. Today, Nigeria has just about 200 universities for a population of over 200 million people. That alone means one university for every 1 million citizens, a very disturbing and staggering ratio that shows the dilapidated level of a country's access to education. Comparing Nigeria to Indonesia, Obi added, if we had even half of Indonesia's educational infrastructure, which would be about 2,000 universities, the Nigerian child would not be forced into life-threatening journeys just to write an exam and still face challenges of university acceptance after performing well. Education is not a luxury or expense. It is the biggest contributor to development for any nation, and therefore, most important investment any nation can do for development. According to Jamb, more than 2.3 million candidates who successfully registered for the UTME would sit for the examination in over 784 computer-based testing CBT centers across all 36 Nigerian states and the federal government territory FCT. Jamb is a Nigerian entrance examination board for tertiary level institutions. The board conducts UTME for prospective undergraduates into Nigerian universities. The board is also charged with the responsibility to administer similar examinations for applicants to Nigerian public and private monotechnics, polytechnics, and colleges of education. All of these candidates must have obtained the West African Senior School Certificate, WAEC, conducted yearly by the West African Examination Council, or is its equivalent, National Examination Council, Nigeria, Senior School Certificate Examination, NECO. JAMB spokesperson Fabian Benjamin clarified that candidates are always assigned to centers within their chosen towns based on available CBT facilities. You all, let's have your total opinions in the comment section. What do you all think of this? But before we go, let's take a look at some of the reactions we got online. We have a comment from Olatunde who says, Until we stop all this tribal stuff, Nigeria will remain the same. Those supporting what is bad, don't worry, it's waiting for you. If someone complains about what is not right, don't say because you're not affected, you will condemn what the person is saying. Some people will see it as criticism, but some won't. What is good is, and what is bad is bad. God bless you, Mr. Peter Obi. Michael says, must you monitor Peter Obi's comments anywhere you see Peter Obi's comments? You pass it, okay? Okay. Prince Joey says, the tyrant Edin Jamb is a fool. That man should be Edin Islamic School, Kwara, Namunda. Akonio Laniro says, this man is a daft person. He talks without reasoning. As he listens to Fabian Oshuji, the public relations officer of Jamb, this man doesn't even know how oppositions operates. He rushes to comment on everything, even mundane things. I pity those who think he can make a good president. Kenny Nasiru says, this man is becoming a nuisance to the system called Nigeria. Must you comment on everything? Meanwhile, you don't see anything good to comment on, but bad things all the time. Then a comment from Julius Toye says, Professor Oloyede's children didn't write Jamb in nights, so Oloyede can subject other children to any hardship with terrible condition. Oloyede should remember that his grandchildren will benefit from the system he created. Eke Samuel Umba says, when I read through the comment section, I weep for Nigeria. Will Nigeria ever heal? Who did this to Nigeria? Tribal bigots everywhere. A comment from Kenneth says, many out of political purposes will attack and tackle you, but the truth needs to be said, not minding those ox. Those ox is being God. Oh my gosh, English. It is becoming so much of Jamb by making parents spend fortune in the name of taking Jamb. Many a times, students will be posted out of a state where the parent needs to pay for hotel and other expenses beyond their reach. It's really, really crazy. These days, it seems like it is only rich men children, that can afford to even send their children to school. It is only rich men's children that can go to higher institution these days. Because imagine, even before you start thinking of paying tuition fee for exam, you have to think of writing Jamb. What if you are posted out of your state? You have to think of, getting an hotel, or if you're lucky, you have a relative in that place. It's just quite sad how, the educational system in Nigeria has now become a very tense competition. The other day, somebody was telling me how now they use A, B, C. Like there's a grade that they use. When you have your Jamb score, your WAEC, everything, it now falls under a grade. There's a grading system that they now use that is different from how they used to do it. And I'm like, God, this is serious. But anyway, moving on. We have a comment from Marvelous who says, why is Obi such a hypocrite? Just looking for avenues to be in the news? Or are people just writing statements for him to sign without him evaluating their appropriateness? School children go to school as early as that every day. Even in his time as governor, this was the case, and is the case till date. It's common knowledge that some parents do accompany their children to exam centers, even for an exam slated at 10 a.m. All this noise making just shows that he is irrational. I agree with this person. People go to school as early as 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. in the morning. But I think that where that situation and this one differ is that, the route to the school is a familiar environment where the students are, usually play every single day. But imagine your child being posted to, states that is even outside their states, an environment they have never before been. Imagine how they are going to be able to get there on time if they do not get an hotel or an accommodation very close to the venue. It means that for them to get there, maybe, for example, somebody who is out of Lagos State that is being posted to Lagos to write an exam, imagine they need to leave their house as early as 4 or even before 4 or even the previous day to get there. Even within Lagos, people have to wake up 4 o'clock to get to their centers. Imagine the stress and all those things. So it's quite different from the scenario that this person is talking about. Let's have your total opinions in the comments section. Thank you very much for always listening and watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.